Good evening, everybody. In this first video, I am going to show you how to access your CiSELT course for the first time, all right? So the first thing you have to check is that you actually received an email similar to this one that you can see on my screen. That's the email I received today, and I am sure you received one too. Now, this email was sent by the British Council Teaching English Store, which is online teacher training at britishcouncil.org, I think. So, well, here my email, welcomes me to the CiSELT course, to this new group, and it has my login details. It has a username and a password. Well, in this case, I have a really old password I have been using like several times, so that's why you cannot see my password here, but your emails should have a username and password. Now, if you didn't find this email in your email this morning or this afternoon, then it was probably sent to the spam folder. So if you don't see it in the inbox, I recommend you check the spam, trash, unwanted email folder. The name of the folder usually changes from email service to email service. So sometimes it's called spam, some other times it's called trash. So just please make sure that you have the email. If you do not find the email, please then send me a message so that I can give you a hand with that. Anyway, so once you locate the email where you have the username and the password that you'll be using, you're going to access this link. This is the permanent link for the course, all right? So I advise you to save this to your favorites, like here with the star. If you're using Chrome, well, it depends on the browser you are using. But once you click here, it is gonna send you to a different website. This is the website for the actual course. You are going to enter your username and password. Here of course, I know mine by heart, but I think it is better if you simply copy and paste your username and password from the email onto the login screen. All right. So you're going to copy paste your username, your password. You're going to click here in login, and you're going to find a welcome page. In this case, my welcome page is a little bit different from yours because, well, I am a moderator and you are course participants, but in general, we're always going to have a calendar like this one that's going to show important dates. Here we're going to have the navigation tools, which are my home, blogs, calendars, the different courses that you're going to be taking, your profile, messages. Now, this messages service is very important because we can communicate through here, all right? We have forums, we have a bunch of things that you are going to get familiar with as days go on. So once you access the website, the course site, you are going to go here where it says course finder. Again, this looks a little bit different for you. This is my course finder because, well, I have been working in different courses besides CiSELT, but you should have this first section that's called getting started. Now, this section 1.1 intro is what we're going to be working these first few days. Now I'm gonna switch pages again, and I am gonna show you the course calendar. Now, yesterday I sent you a preliminary version of this calendar. Today, along with the link to this video, I am emailing you, or I am attaching this file. It's a PDF file where you can find the important dates. Everything you need to know is here. So here we have the unit, the topic it covers, when the unit starts and when it ends. And we also have here some segments in yellow which show when to turn in specific assignments and records of work, which are like projects. I assume you already took the time to read the handbook, the manual I sent you yesterday. If you haven't, please do so. It's really important and it is going to help you understand what all of this is. Right? The first thing we have to do is getting started. Unit 1.1, we have introductions. It starts March 11th, which is today, and it ends on March 15th, sorry. So you have 4 or 5 days to do it, but do not worry, it's not a lot of work, I promise. So going back to the course website, Here we have section 1.1, getting started. I'm going to click here. And now, how we navigate in the course is very simple. We always have a welcome page similar to this one. Here we have introductions, learning outcomes. By the end of this unit, you'll be able to. The objectives. Here you have a direct access to the forum. We usually have forums, wikis, exercises, and documents to read week after week, all right? So in this case, this is the access to the forums. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to access the forums as soon as you begin the unit. No, this is just the link to the forum, and it is always going to appear right after the introduction. But we'll go back to that later. So if I continue scrolling down, I am going to start finding useful information. For instance, here we have getting to know you. We have welcome to the course over the next few weeks, important information that you are going to have to read. And here we have the first set of instructions for this first activity, which is a wiki, okay? Find someone who. And then we are going to continue reading. Then it says go to the getting to know you discussion in the forum. So now it's time to go back to the forums to the top and access the first forum. Then you have to read these instructions. This is like a reflection activity, a reflective activity. And then we continue working, okay? So section by section, you are going to find information and exercises to do. All right, so this one, for instance, is an exercise. If you click here, you're going to find an exercise you'll have to solve. It is going to give you instant feedback, which means you're going to know what score you got immediately. Then we have more information here, some documents to read. Always be very careful with the instructions, okay? And well, this first section, unit 1.1, basically teaches us how to work throughout the course, what each of the sections is used for, and what we are expected to do every time we access the rest of the units. Alright, so you are supposed to cover all of this content in these first 4 days of the course. Then here we have assignment. If you choose to complete the assignment for this unit, then go to your portfolio. We are going to discuss portfolios in a separate video in 1 week or 2, so do not worry about this section right now. Now, another piece of advice here is that if you feel the need to take notes, I think that you should do it, all right? You can also save these files to your computer, and then you can go back to them and reflect on them. That's another thing you could do, but of course, keeping your own like journal, notes in a notebook, in a Word document is always really useful, and it is going to facilitate the work you're going to do when we have to turn in projects such as assignments or records of work, which again, I'm going to explain in a separate video, but I am sure you already read a little bit about them in the handbook or manual I sent you yesterday, all right? So this is the first unit. Is a small one, a really short one. This is what you are going to be working on starting tonight. Okay, so remember, just to summarize and finish this video, you have to go to your email, all right? You have to check your email account and look for this email the British Council sent you with your username and password. Then after that, you're gonna access the course through this link. And well, you're going to do all of the activities you find in section 1.1. All right, so this is what we're going to do, section 1.1, along with the getting started section. Here is where you're gonna find help. If you have any problems accessing wikis or videos in this course, then I advise you to go to the getting started section. There's detailed information there. So basically, this first day, we are covering the getting started and the unit 1.1. They go together because they are all about introducing ourselves to the rest of the partners, okay? We're also going to be modifying the information on your profiles. Let me show you that before I finish the video. Okay, so I had told you before that here we have the navigation tools. So if you go to my profile and click on view profile, well, this is my profile, that's why I have a picture here, some general information about myself, the city or town where I live, which by the way is Veracruz, all right? And here you can change this information, okay? You can modify your profile which I totally advise you to do. Upload a nice picture of yourself, okay, and include some basic, important, relevant information about you. So this is it for this first video. Please, if you have any questions or comments, just send me a message, send me an email, and let's keep in touch. Okay, bye bye.